So we're buying cars now. We're buying cars now. I would like a car. I would like vroom vroom. I would like a car. What? Baby. Let's talk. Hey guys, welcome back to Taste of Reality, reviewing Married at First Sight. Oh my gosh. Like normally I say, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, but today we actually have a lot to talk about. So before I get into it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Guys, I am so close to 5,000 subscribers. Those of you who subscribed so far, thank you so much. Those of you who are just hovering above the button, just click it. Just click it. It won't hurt you, and I'll really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get into the review. All right, so we're going to start with Haley and Jacob. Jacob, unfortunately, and rightfully so to some degree, can't get over the change in the dynamics of his and Haley's relationship.
Haley said that that wasn't her, or she just was doing that because she got married and she felt she should.
It's definitely a blow to the ego when someone says, hey, I'm not physically attracted to you, especially after you've been physical with them. But then to also say or insinuate, allude that you had sex with him out of obligation. Oh my gosh, that is literally probably the worst thing you could say to an intimate partner. So I understand Jacob's frustration. I do. However, Haley expressed that she's tired of being the one who's putting her best foot forward, the one who's trying, the one who's making an effort. And I said this last week. I said he had mentioned that he's not an actions person, and he's admitted that in this relationship, he has also not been an actions person. You're already fighting against a lack of attraction. The least you could do is to do some acts of service, do something to initiate some kind of feelings of romance or some kind of feelings of I see you, I hear you, I understand you, I want to be this person in your life. But if you're not going to do that, and there's already a lack of attraction, sir, where is this going? Dr. Viviana calls Haley out on being picky. This is something that she said out of her mouth when going through the application process. It's interesting how the two of them, Haley and Jacob, both struggle with self-fulfilling prophecy. So with Haley, it's more so a thing of, oh, I'm going to have a problem with this, I'm going to have a problem with that. And once little things start to show up, she's like, see, told you, see, I knew it. I knew he would disappoint me in this way. I knew this would happen. And then with Jacob, it's a similar thing of like, his name is Jacob, right? I've been, wow, completely had a brain fart just there. I have been cheated on before. I've been the side piece before. And inevitably, this is going to happen in this situation too. And granted, it's not going to be self-fulfilling prophecy because I don't see Haley cheating on him. However, he's looking for reasons to affirm that not convoluted. What's the word that I want? Distorted reality that he has played out in his head that hasn't proven to be true in this relationship yet. Like, he has created all these scenarios and he's just waiting for the chance to say, see, told you. They both got to get that in check. At the end of Dr. Viviana's visit, she poses to Haley, maybe trying to do a good night kiss, good morning kiss. Well,
So no spooning or good night kiss, or
No, not ready for that. We just
sensual,
got back in the same bed.
sensual caressing, anything? Yeah, no. Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's evident that was not going to happen anytime soon. However, I wonder if they're going to take time to notice their downfalls, because it's a lot of the blame game. And quite frankly, it's getting tired. It's getting old. Like, when are we going to start assuming responsibility for why this relationship is going in the pits? Hello? So until that happens, child, it's a hot mess right now. Our second couple is Brianna and Vincent. During Dr. Viviana's visit, she brings up the issue of, poking fun and how that makes Vincent feel.
Maybe tone has been an issue, playfulness has kind of gone the wrong way, all things we've experienced as married people.
Yeah.
This is ironic because he's telling Dr. Viviana that he enjoys being goofy with her and poking fun and all this stuff, yet the tapes have shown us a very different reality. He did admit that he was doing a lot, okay? He was putting it on a bit, and that some of the attributes is he wants to be smooth in front of her. He wants to woo her and romance her, which, yeah, of course, who doesn't want that? And also him having recently put on weight, he kind of feels uncomfortable. Again, another thing that's understandable. But my guy, she's just having fun. Like, it's not that deep. It's never that serious.
Like, I came in with a negative mindset, and also I put on some weight and my shirt was really tight, so I felt really uncomfortable. So that added on to that.
At the end of the episode, though, they seem to be back in their happy-go-lucky phase. They're playing a game, and she does actually poke fun at him, and he took it well.
If I could change one thing about myself, what would it be?
Your head.
Damn it.
Obviously, everybody assumes that this relationship is going to work out. By no means do I think they are going to break up. If they do, then I know nothing. Nothing in life is real. Everything's a farce. But I have full faith in these two. They're going to work it out. The third couple is Clara and Ryan. Poor thing is still sexually frustrated.
Patience is not my forte. It's his world. I'm just living in it. I'm just along for the ride, or lack thereof.
Now, I know the For the D challenge was 3 years ago, but you know, just for Clara's sake, just for Clara, let's run it back.
Go to visitation because I'm crazy for that D.
Ah, that would be
I'll do masturbation while I'm waiting for that D.
My question is, like, at the end of the day, all right, say you had sex. If that emotional bond, if that trust and all that stuff isn't built, what's the point of the sex? Like, okay, now you guys have a physical relationship, but it has no substance. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand her frustration. It's a real frustration. At least they're physical to some degree, not the full way that she wants to be, but it's there. They do have some sort of a sexual relationship. I would be okay with that. Like, clearly there's some levels of attraction here. We're just trying to work on the foundation of the relationship. And if we just hold on sex for a little bit and we build an emotional bond, wouldn't the sex be greater? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. That's just my assumption. But hey, he I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
I don't have like a agenda or like checklist.
Then how do you know it's happening? And this isn't because I'm nosy. It's because I think she needs to know.
Sure.
I wonder if he... Okay, what do I want to say? I wonder if he is making the moves towards this building of trust and building of an emotional connection, because it doesn't seem like that's happening. Like, he has a mental checklist of what the relationship needs to be in order to get physical with her, but he hasn't exposed what is on the checklist. And he almost doesn't even want to say it's a checklist, because then he's like, see, it's inauthentic. So what do you want her to do? She doesn't know what it's going to take in order for you to feel like, yes, I am now fully comfortable in this relationship. This is a safe space for me. I'm at a place where I can get physical with you and not regret it. What's it going to take to get there? We're not going to get there if you don't tell me. And I'm not going to know what steps I need to take in order to get you there and to know that, okay, for sure, we are here now. She says that she needs the physical in order to get the butterflies. He says he needs the butterflies in order to get the physical. The problem is every physical relationship she's had has been unsubstantial, has had no substance. And all of his relationships have had no butterflies, no I love yous, no whatever. So y'all's formula is not gonna work. Y'all need to switch it up. She's gonna need to relinquish her sexual frustration in order to build this bond, and he's gonna have to let go of this mental checklist that he doesn't want to share with anybody and just be in the moment sometimes. Just allow yourself to be here with her. One more thing that I wonder about is if he struggles with Christian guilt in relation to sex. And normally this is a thing that shows up with women, to where we've been taught for so long, abstinence, 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 abstinence. Now finally you're in a marriage and it's like, bro, I've been almost scared straight from being sexual with people, so now I don't even know what to do with myself. It's clear that he has had sex before. He's explicitly said that, but I wonder if he struggled even in those relationships too. Maybe sex is something that there's a guilt tied to it. There's a I don't want to therapize him. I'm not his therapist. I couldn't tell you what his issue is, but I do think there's a little bit of Christian guilt that's tied to his lack of wanting to get intimate with somebody, which is weird because if you have been intimate and you have been sexual with her and you are married, which is God's covenant, child, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're just going to move on. Fourth couple, Paige and Chris. A hot mess. Tell me why this girl is surprised that Chris has not been committed to the reset.
Like, hey, I haven't heard from him. I called him. It went straight to voicemail. I'm like, what are we doing?
Duh, baby, it's called gaslighting, okay? And he coined the term. I would not be surprised if in the Urban Dictionary you see gaslighting, the definition is Chris, okay? He is not committed to you. He's not. He's not going to be. He's never going to be. Never wanted to be. I don't know what it's going to take for you to see that. Let me move on before I blow a fuse up in here. Paige says this thing, and as a Christian woman, I'm struggling. She says that being raised Christian, her view of a wife is somebody who is supportive no matter the issue. That's not my issue, before people lose their minds in the comments. That's not my issue. My issue is I doubt just the relationship that I have with my Jesus, the relationship that I have with him. I doubt that he would purposefully want us to be in long-suffering relationships. It would be one thing if the man was genuinely making an effort and you just happen to be in a dark space right now, but you're actively finding ways to work through it. That's different. However, when this person is the perpetrator of the long suffering and has no desire to ease the long suffering out of your life, baby, the Lord does not want that for you. I'm not going to speak on the Lord's behalf, but I doubt he wants that for you. Okay? Let that man go. So now they're sitting down and she's like, it would be nice to get a call from you, to text, whatever. This man is like, oh, that's pressure.
She wants to just get a phone call, and you're talking about going out. I don't understand.
I'd rather do it in person. Like, I mean,
Okay.
It's sad because it's so confusing.
This is what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? Like,
I don't know. What are you doing?
My nigga, just say you don't want to be with her, okay? I hate saying the N-word on this channel, but just say you don't want to be with her. Like this man, so she suggested playing cards, all right? This man is like, no, we need to have Bible study because we haven't put God in this relationship. Shows up, no plan. He brought food and no plan. And then he's gonna say, the thing that's been lacking in our relationship, child, I'm really getting riled up if y'all can't tell. The reason why we have been failing in our relationship is because we haven't brought God into this. But sir, are you not the same man who said, oh, I'm now spiritually attracted to you? So you lied. Everyone,
welcome Chris to the Maury Show.
And then he's going to end the Bible study by talking about how he purchased, my God, on today, he purchased a brand new Benz for Mercedes. Child, I see what he did there, but the baby can't ride in a Toyota. The baby can't ride in a Camry.
but a brand new car.
Well, why shouldn't it be brand new? Like, I'm bringing a king or a queen into the world, so they need to ride in a chariot.
Okay, okay. Listen, if y'all like it, I love it. If y'all like it, I love it. If y'all are together to this day, Godspeed. But if you're not together, baby, take this as a lesson to never be with a man that will not put in the effort for you. He has never put in the effort for you. That's all I'm saying. Our last couple is Eric and Virginia. The topic of friends, male friends, has come up again.
Doesn't make any sense.
What's the point of being friends with them if you're not gonna like them?
Then don't be friends with them on there. You shouldn't be anyway.
I can't decide if I'm gonna be annoyed about this or just get over it.
You do get annoyed.
I just wonder why Virginia won't just tell him which friends she has been intimate with if she has been intimate with them, because it's clearly such a struggle for this guy. I doubt that your word is going to be enough for him to really believe it. So at least if you give him a list of like, hey, okay, all right, these are the ones that I've slept with, these are the ones that have just been friends the entire time, maybe he'll ease up, because child, I'm tired of this conversation. Tired. And then it becomes political. Whoo, Chile.
But to me, I have other issues that I worry about.
That you feel strongly about, that I
do.
Okay.
Absolutely. She's more into social issues, which I don't really deal with because they're hard. They're very hard to talk about.
Now, I am a single Canadian woman, so I don't know how this dynamic even would begin to feel. I've never experienced it. I never will experience it. I doubt it. But isn't it really hard in America to have those kind of different views politically in a marriage? And then you want to raise children. How you gonna raise the kids? How you gonna I think this is a big issue personally, but Eric is very dismissive about it. Eric is like, no, I accept her passions and her beliefs and her whatever, but she's struggling, and she's really struggling with valid reason. So I don't know. That's cause for concern. And speaking of kids, that's a problem too.
I've always been, if my husband does, yes, we'll talk about it. But obviously our age difference is a big thing there. Like, I'm thinking like I'll have him when I'm like 30, but he'll be like 38 at that point.
Things are getting really dicey with these two. I think they got caught up in the whole, we like each other and this is great, attraction, woo woo, sex, wow, wow, wow. But the real life stuff has yet to truly be addressed, and not in a place of like, oh, let's just put it on the table and then just leave it on the table. No, let's put it on the table and figure, is this something that we can deal with? Are we going to be able to work past this point of conflict? I don't see them doing that, not on camera. Dr. Viviana, though, does give them a task of using a timer to have conversation where the one person shares completely uninterrupted. And finally, they're really getting the time to express how I feel about something without you interjecting. So the kid situation makes more sense because Virginia fears repeating the same mistakes that her parents made. She doesn't want the childhood that she had as a childhood that her children are going to have potentially. So I get it. I do get it. But y'all brought up this political stuff and I can't get past that, to be honest with you. So I'm like, even if you guys agree on, okay, let's have kids, how you gonna raise these kids? How are you gonna raise these children, baby? I don't know. My takeaway on this episode with most of the men, all of the men except for Ryan, are very worst case scenario. So Jacob is like, oh, if this happens, it's over. We're going to break up. She's going to leave me, da-da-da, whatever. Same with Eric. He's like, oh, she don't want kids. We're done. If this happens, we're done. Who else? Vincent does it too, low-key. He's like, oh, well, if I look stupid in front of her, she's going to leave me, kind of thing. She's going to think I'm an imbecile. She's going to think, and I'm just like, this is overwhelming. This is overwhelming. The way that these guys have found ways to bring in their past traumas and make assumptions of their current partner is alarming. It's very alarming. I don't know if they have therapists outside of the experts on the show. You need to get one. Everybody. Because there's too much trauma that is resurfacing in these relationships. And if you want these relationships to work, especially in these special circumstances, you're gonna need to check your past so you're not bringing it here. Anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe as always to the channel. We're gonna see you next week. These 1 month anniversary celebrations. Whoop woody whoop whoop. That was weird. Okay, let's just end the video because I'm rambling now. It's a long night. I'm tired. Good night, y'all.